should accept it. Mataji, I was confused that how from where we can verify
I
this.
think what he meant is, I think what he meant was that ideally we should receive the information. So whatever we are receiving, when he said, he would have meant that, like, there are so many, these days there are so many channels, or on
Yes,
even
yes,
on the YouTube and all, we find so many speakers who share certain words of wisdom, and they call it like spiritual. So for that, he was telling that before we start believing that, like the other day you asked me, I think you asked me, right, about the Krishna serial which they are showing in the TV
yes,
these
yes,
days, which
Mataji.
is based on ISKCON. So the point is that what is the source of that information? Now I see, suppose I start watching that Krishna serial and I see something which is not what I have read in Krishna book. So what do I believe? Do I believe that serial, what is it is showing, or do I believe what I have read? And the third scenario could be that I have not read Krishna book. So in that case, my impression, I form an impression based on what I am watching in the TV, but that may not be bona fide source. So that is what he was referring to, that we need to cross check such information if we are receiving any such thing which we have not read, heard before. So we must cross that if there is a cross reference available in the Vedic scriptures. Is that making sense?
Yes, Mataji. From where do we get that? We can directly ask you, Mataji, for this.
Yes.
Yes,
You can
that's all.
ask us, and then you are reading also. So you are yourself reading. Now suppose, now like last week we read about the Damodar Leela. Now if in that Krishna serial, the Damodar Leela starts, they start telecasting that portion, and then you see all these serials, etc., they dramatize a lot, because they are here for commercial purpose. They are not here for preaching. So they would show the things which would get them more money, which would help them in raising up their TRP ratings. So their interest that way is not pure devotional service, right? So when we watch such things, we need to verify, because they may add certain components which is not there in reality, just for getting more viewers.
Okay. Mataji, there are so many authors for Srimad Bhagavatam also, right?
Okay, there are not the author for Bhagavatam, the commentary of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam
Oh,
is
yes,
one,
yes,
like how
yes,
Bhagavad
yes,
Gita is
yes.
there, the Sanskrit text. That Sanskrit text is common
The
or same.
commentary.
Similarly, Bhagavatam, the Sanskrit thing is common. Why? Because that is a conversation, like how Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Arjun and Krishna. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is a conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. So that Sanskrit things, those things are common. But
Yes,
where the problem arises is when we read these, what we call purport, what Prabhupada calls purport, and people say
yes,
commentary. So in
yes.
this commentary section, there is a problem. So for that, we have various authors who have given their own commentary. So now what Prabhupada says is, and we also understand, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that evam parampara praptam imam rajarishyo viduhu. This knowledge is attained through a disciplic succession. So if that succession is not there, if that parampara is not there, then there is a problem.
Yes, Mataji, it's clear.
So even if we are reading Bhagavatam, whether it comes, the author comes in any parampara or not, that is the question which we should be asking ourselves.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, fine. Thank you,
Any other
Mataji.
question?
No, Mataji, as of now.
Good. So next is Puneet. Yeah, Puneet, you have a question.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Is it audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, Mataji. My question is, I just have a curiosity to know about the future of Krishna conscious movement, Mataji. Because in this material world, I mean, in this universe, we have heard that it is temporary, everything fades away. So nothing is permanent in this universe. So what will happen to Krishna conscious movement, Mataji? And then if it is fade away, what will happen to the people during that time?
Okay, so what would happen to Krishna consciousness movement? So Prabhupada has mentioned at few occasions Prabhupada says that my books would be there for next 10,000 years.
Okay.
So so those are Prabhupada's words, and we can completely believe in that. So Prabhupada says that for next 10,000 years, his books would be like law books. But then, yes, we understand that everything in this material world is temporary. So like how we see that Krishna's own places in Vrindavan, Krishna performed pastime 5,000 years ago. But as we were reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that by the time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited these places, those places were missing. And they have to rediscover the places as where it would have been, going by scriptures and finding out the details, and then they verify those places. So yes, I mean, ISKCON also that way, we have got an opportunity. We are very fortunate that the situation is not yet so bad. Kali Yuga is not very bad phase as of now. And we have got in touch with the devotees. So that is why we must utilize this opportunity to the maximum, so that we perfect our life in this lifetime itself, and by the end of this lifetime we go back to the spiritual world.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, yes, Mataji. But what will happen to those people, Mataji?
Which
when,
people?
When Krishna conscious movement is not there, and at that time people will not be able to know who is our God and what is their primary responsibility. So what will happen to them, Mataji? But we never know who are those people. Maybe we ourselves, if we are not
we
able
don't
to,
know.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe we ourselves would be one of such people whom you are talking about. So yeah, so that is the whole point, that we have this opportunity now, so we utilize it completely. What happens to those at that time when Krishna consciousness movement is not there? So that is how Kali Yuga would degrade. That is how people would become so very sinful, that it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that at the end of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Lord comes in the form of Kalki. So that Kalki avatar appears, and what he does is, Kalki avatar comes on a white horse and he's holding a sword in his hand. And what is he doing? He is cutting the heads of everybody, no discrimination. So people would be so fallen, it would be practically the whole earth would be full of demoniac people. So this is what would happen if we stay till the end of Kali Yuga.
And all those people, I mean, whose head has been cut, they will get salvation from Krishna?
Ideally, they should, yes, because they would be killed by Krishna.
One more question adding to this, Mataji. There are so many avatars. We believe Krishna is not an avatar, Krishna is himself. And rest of all his incarnation
Krishna is avatari.
Avatari. Yes.
Krishna is avatari, others are avatar, yes.
Yes. So avatar. So is there any possibility that Krishna himself will come again to the universe? Because next is Kalki, which is again an avatar. What about avatari?
Yeah. Krishna comes only once in a day of Brahma. So as we have discussed, I hope you remember, we discussed in great detail as the cycle of Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, and how many years are there. Like Kali Yuga is 4,32,000.
4,32,000.
Then 432 into 2 is, yeah. Then we multiplied by 2, 3 and 4. That is a total one. Yeah, Dwapar, Treta and Satyug. So that is a total one Yuga cycle. So like that, there are 1,000 Yuga cycles in a day of Brahma. So in this entire Yuga cycle, Krishna comes only once. Throughout the day of Brahma, Krishna comes only once. So that is why we are extremely fortunate that Krishna came just 5,000 years ago. And in the Kali Yuga, at the time when Krishna comes, the day when Krishna comes, that time itself following Lord Chaitanya comes. So we have seen Krishna 5,000 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago. So that is why we have so much of opportunity to perfect ourselves, because these instructions are just so very fresh.
Yes.
And as we are progressing in the time, we are actually traveling away from that time frame where these things actually happened. Like Mahabharata, as of now, it has happened only 5,000 years ago, but 10,000 years down the line, it would have happened 15,000 years ago. So as like I was answering the question of Santosh, that more people would be there with their bogus commentary, right? Now Guru Parampara, we can trace it very quickly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
Then this Parampara, the chain would be much, much longer. So the longer the chain, the higher the chances of the information getting lost. Yogo Nashtah Parantapa, Krishna says that with time, this chain of disciplic succession gets broken. So we are very fortunate that we have experienced it just now, and we should put in all our endeavor to perfect whatever we have received so far.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Deep.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Before starting my question, Mataji, I would like to share something. It's a realization for me, although not my personal realization, but has helped me a lot. When I was in Chennai during one of our Bhagavad Gita classes, Prabhuji said that when we are distributing the book, we are giving the book to somebody, even if nobody reads the book, if they just keep it there in their home or somewhere, the power of the book, by power of Prabhupada, someday he will read the book and the knowledge will be revealed to him. So something like that happened 2017 to one of person initiated by Ramakrishna Mission. I gave Bhagavad Gita, and he also had a Bhagavad Gita. So the person asked me, what is the difference between your Bhagavad Gita and mine Bhagavad Gita? And I just explained very specific thing, that it's not my Bhagavad Gita and your Bhagavad Gita. It's just that the Bhagavad Gita, the commentary which are made are specifically to be made in if somebody is from a succession, from a disciplic succession. So maybe the person did not believe me, or maybe he did not read it, but now he has read it, and he has told me that this book is not like any other book he has ever read. Any spiritual or any book that he has ever read, and he has asked me for more books. And since this is Corona time, so I told him that because I have a lot of Prabhupada books, but all are English, and the person needs Bengali books. So I told him, I'll get you Bengali book once the Corona gets over. So then he said, I also once explained him, that was very long ago, that he said that we always, there is a red color cloth, and this Bhagavad Gita, we wrap it in the red color cloth, place it near the God, put a flower on it, and every day worship it. And I said, that is not how the Lord wanted it to be. We should read it, only then the knowledge will be acquired by us. So then the person asked me, there is a very, very old book which belonged to my grandfather. So that book was around 150 years old or something like that. So that book was Brahma Vaivarta Puran, and he said that should I, that is also lying there wrapped in a piece of cloth, should I read it? And I said, it's not wrong to read a book, but it's actually depends who is the commentator, what is his qualification. And he but still, since I don't have any control over him, and he still read Brahma Vaivarta Puran, and he shared with me just a week ago that now he is fully convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because even in that Puran, Lord Shiva is crying and begging that I need to meditate on Krishna's feet, and only that my life will be successful. So he said to me, if Lord Shiva is crying, then who am I? So I felt very wonderful that how, I mean, I mean, Prabhuji gave me the theory of how powerful the books of Srila Prabhupada are, and I had the experience of getting the practical in front of me. So this is what I wanted to share.
This is so amazing. Actually, Prabhupada would say my books are like time bombs. So time bombs generally, we don't know. I mean, they do fix the time, but in Prabhupada books case, we don't know when it would show its effect. But once it is placed in somebody's hands, when it goes to someone's house, it is just, it takes some time. And the person finally, ultimately, either he opens up or some other family member opens up. And we have heard such wonderful stories that the heart transforms completely. And why this heart transformation happens, it's all because of Prabhupada's purity. Because he is so pure. So on the basis of his purity, these books are, I mean, have that power. And another interesting thing, Prabhupada would at times read his own books. Prabhupada would read his own books. And when he was asked, like, what is that? Because no author, like, we don't see authors reading their own books. Even the actors, they don't watch their own movies because they say, oh, it's too much of work doing the movie itself. Who will go and watch that movie? So, anyways, so generally the authors, they don't read their own books, but Prabhupada would often read. And Prabhupada would say, these purports which I have written. Prabhupada said that he would have this feeling that Krishna was personally dictating. And he was just a secretary taking the dictations. So because these are directly the word of Krishna and Krishna's commentary on that, so Prabhupada would equally feel so much of ecstasy when he would read his own books.
Haribo.
So that is the power of Prabhupada books. Yes, so coming to your question.
Yes. So the first question is regarding what the person asked me. So I'll place his question first and then my questions. So because I was not able to answer him, and this question is also important for me for the future references. I mean, because there are a lot of initiated disciples of Ramakrishna Mission over here. So at least if they also come to a realization like this, then I should be able to answer. So his question was, he said that he feels cheated because he was searching for a true knowledge, and now after he knows that he was initiated using a Kali mantra, and rather the actual I mean, Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, so he feels cheated. And but he has his devotion, his humility towards his guru. But on the other hand, there is a feeling in his heart that this life is very, very precious. So how can he, I mean, not offend his guru or the mantras given by his guru, and also I mean, start chanting the holy name? And also he asked me, the second question was, is it possible
Can I answer the first question?
Sure, Mataji.
Suppose if somebody is out somewhere and some firing is going on, bullet firing, okay, so probably the police is chasing the criminal and the firing is going on, and this person just randomly enters and he gets shot by a bullet. Now this person gets the bullet. Now this person is a sincere person and he's not a criminal. It's not his mistake, but he gets that bullet within him. And then he is rushed to the hospital, and the doctor says that we will do a small procedure and we can remove the bullet and his life would be saved. And this person says that no, bullet has come in my body and I'm sort of attached to this bullet. So you treat me and you let this bullet stay within me. Right? So
Yes.
you let me, you treat me. Now I have understood that Krishna is the supreme, and I feel cheated also, and I have understood that what wrong has happened to me, but still I want to be with it. I want to do offer respect to my cheater guru, and I want to offer respect to the mantra which is actually connecting me to this illusory potency Maya. I want to stay connected to Maya, and simultaneously I want to progress towards Krishna. How is it possible?
Yes, not possible.
So you have to ask him that you want to keep the bullet and you want to live also. How is it possible? So either you die with the bullet, or you let me remove the bullet. Let Prabhupada remove the bullet with the surgery of giving you transcendental knowledge and the process. Prabhupada is there standing on behalf of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is saying that I am there to give you knowledge. So just accept that.
Okay, Mataji.
And okay, if he feels whatever little respect, I don't know why he would feel respected when he's feeling cheated, also why he's feeling respectful. That part is a little bewildering, because these two are
My mistake actually,
contradictory
Mataji.
emotions, which I
I
don't get.
explained Guru Tattva
Sorry?
to him.
Okay, so Guru Tattva, what is the first thing of Guru Tattva? What is Guru Tattva?
No, I not the complete Guru Tattva, but I was explaining to him how Guru is important for us to get the mercy, because Krishna will
The-
not directly be merciful.
Before Guru is important, who is Guru? When we talk about Tattva, Tattva means the substance, Tattva. So what is that substance? वो Guru किस fabric का बनता है? What is that material which Guru is made up of?
Krishna Prem.
So the very first, no, the first thing defining Guru Tattva is he comes in a bona fide parampara. Because if he is not connected to his Guru, and his Guru is not connected to his Guru, and they are not connected to his Guru, and they are not connected to his Guru, then the whole knowledge what he is giving is faulty.
Right.
Right? So Guru is important till the time he is connected to Krishna. If he is not connected to Krishna, then what is the value of such a Guru? You know, anybody can become a Guru. So whatever respect we give, whatever treatment we give, how we have exchanges of knowledge and respect with the Guru, all that holds true only when the Guru is qualifying to be a Guru. But when the Guru himself is not qualified to be a Guru, why we have to respect such a Guru?
Right.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Guru Tattva ka first and foremost thing is that he should come in the parampara. Yeah, Arun is writing that he is not cheated. It may be that what his Guru knew, limitations of his Guru. So that is what I am saying, that if the Guru is limited, then which means that there is a wrong choice of the Guru itself in the first place. So that person is, sometime back we were reading in SSR book that there is no wrong Guru or there is no bad Guru. Because this Guru is a title which is given to a person who comes in the parampara. So if that person is coming in the parampara, then there is no point of him being a wrong Guru, because he is just the message carrier. He is not tempering with the content of the message. He is just delivering the message. The qualification of a Guru is upadekshyanti te jnanam jnanena tattva darshinaha. He has self-realized that knowledge. How has he self-realized? Because he is connected to his Guru. Yes, your second question.
So the second question also belonged to him. So he asked me because this one is also regarding my own mistake, because I told him from what I have learnt in ISKCON disciple course, that Guru is always one. We cannot change Guru. This is wrong. So, but this was regarding, I mean, I was telling him regarding the Krishna conscious Guru, the true Guru, who will give him the Bhakti Lata Beej. But he misunderstood
Yeah.
it, and he asked me, now I feel like I should, what if I want to accept a different Guru, then will I not be offending the Guru who has initiated me earlier?
So you have to clarify one very basic, very basic fundamental point, that for all practical purposes, you are not yet initiated. Because initiation means when we start our journey back towards Krishna. So that journey we begin, and that marks the process of initiation. So that has not exactly happened to him. So that person whom he has been having some relationship, that was actually a wrong relationship, because that person himself is not qualified to be a guru. So when that person is not qualified to be a guru, the knowledge what he is giving is imperfect knowledge. So which means his journey has not begun.
Right.
So when his journey has not begun, so he has to buy the ticket, get in the train and begin the journey. So for getting in the train or buying the ticket, he has to make inquiries that where is the railway counter, where can I get ticket? So you can explain him different options where he can get the ticket. Or in other words, different gurus from whom he can take initiation.
Okay, Mataji.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, Mataji. Perfectly answers the question.
Okay, and what you were talking about, that in ISKCON, when you were when attending your IDC, you were told that Guru is one and you cannot change the Guru. So that Guru is one refers to Guru is one in Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva refers to the knowledge what he is carrying. So the knowledge what Guru is giving. So if you are taking initiation from Jayapataka Maharaj or Gopal Krishna Maharaj or Loknath Maharaj or Bhakti Charu Maharaj, all these different devotees, and then there are almost like 70-80 gurus, initiating gurus in ISKCON. So all these devotees would essentially give you the same message.
Yes.
Okay, so in that sense, Guru is the same, because the message what he is giving is same. He may present it differently, he may wrap it up differently. So some guru may have more, like some gurus classes you would attend and you would feel like going out for book distribution and distributing books, because you would feel so inspired about distributing books by attending their lectures. Some spiritual master, you would attend the class and you would feel like making kirtan your life and soul, because they are such wonderful kirtan singer, and when they sing and you feel connected to the Supreme Lord. Some spiritual master, you would attend their sessions and you would feel like, how can I become more humble? How can I start cooperating more? So moods may be different. So when we are saying moods may be different, it refers to the packaging. So the gift inside or the book inside is the same, it's just the cover is different, but the book is the same. Like our Bhagavad Gita, we every 2-3 years BBT keep publishing the next edition, and every time they change the cover picture. So it is both Krishna and Arjuna, but different color, different picture, different angle. So those pictures. So content, they don't touch. Outside presentation, they change. So similarly, all these spiritual masters who are bona fide, who are connected to a bona fide system, parampara system, they essentially talk about the message of love of God. They essentially talk about the devotional service and how we can render this devotional service. So in that sense, Guru is one. Hope it is okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Good. Next we have Ruchika.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
my first question is the surrender in giving up in material thing for Krishna, or surrender directly to Krishna. Which is the first step to develop Krishna consciousness more?
Can you give me some example to understand?
Mm,
You are giving two situations. Give me two examples.
I just have to again. I think, like for example, Mataji, like material thing, as in uh, before we were used to, you know, used to eat it like whenever we wanted to, like, and we never, give like prasadam. We never used to eat like in that prasadam way, and
Okay.
like giving up to going hotels and having food there, like one of these material things. And so to give this all first for Krishna, or should be directly surrendered to Krishna, कि जैसे हाँ
What does that mean, surrender to Krishna?
to know that he is the ultimate, उसके ऊपर कोई है ही नहीं और वो ही है जो हमें हेल्प करेंगे. तो ये
तो
दोनों
क्या करोगे उसके लिए? Practical, what you will do? For the second, like for the first situation, you gave me a situation that you stop eating in the restaurant, or you start offering first before you eating. So you gave an example. Suppose if I say the second one, so what you would be doing? How does that reflect in your life?
I will actually choose the first
What?
one, but then जैसे हम कथा
No,
सुनते
no.
हैं,
I want to understand what is the second one. What is the second one? What would you do if I say no, Ruchika? The second one is a proper thing to do. So what would you do then? You will leave everything and go to Himalayas or something like that? Like what does that mean?
no, Mataji. But like while we hear all the kathas and Chaitanya Charitamrita, तो वो जब सुनने के बाद वो there is automatic, there is realization of so many things. मतलब एकदम वो एक बार के लिए तो फीलिंग आ जाता है कि हाँ बस हम कहीं और ही है, अभी हम एक्चुअली घर पर नहीं, हम कहीं रियली हम कृष्णा को महसूस कर पा रहे हैं ऐसे. सो दोनों में वो फीलिंग आती है. लाइक मैं प्रसाद बनाती हूँ उनके लिए तब भी वैसी फीलिंग आती है, बट जब मैं उनके
नहीं रुचिका, बट मुझे सेकंड वाला समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि सेकंड वाला लाइफ में कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट कर रही हो तुम. अगर सेकंड वाला करना होगा तो तुम क्या करोगी? व्हाट चेंजेस वुड कम इन योर लाइफ इफ यू वांट टू फॉलो द सेकंड थिंग? इफ आई से सरेंडर टू कृष्णा कंप्लीटली फुल्ली, व्हाट यू वुड डू?
तो मुझे गुरु सेलेक्ट करना, मेरे को उनसे सारा सुनते ही रहना पूरे दिन, गुरु के बारे, कृष्णा के बारे में, उनके कथा के बारे में.
Okay, so then you will not do any other activity. You will just, so like how I was saying that you will go to Himalaya, or probably not going to Himalaya, but going to a guru. So you will just leave everything, all your duties and responsibilities, and find a spiritual master and go and just sit with him and keep listening. Right?
Yes, ma'am. So in दोनों में
That is
क्या
what you would be doing, that you would just hear. Now, I understood your question. So now if you are choosing the second option, you would be just hearing and you will not do any activity, or you will do some activity also?
नहीं माता जी, मैं एक्टिविटी भी करूंगी. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अभी खाना तो हमको खाना ही पड़ेगा, भूखे नहीं रह सकते, तो मैं प्रसाद उसमें भी बनाऊंगी, बट उसमें मैं स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर के साथ मतलब कि उनके लिए भी बनाऊंगी, कृष्णा को भी सर्व करूंगी, और थोड़ा मतलब इंटेंस रहेगा मेरा सर्विंग उसमें.
Okay. So now what we are doing, which means the first situation would gradually lead to the second situation. Okay, what I am saying is there is no difference between the first situation and the second situation. It is just the degree of the difference of the degree or intensity. So even now you are doing the same thing. When I am giving up eating outside, or when I am giving up so many other things, or when I am beginning to chant the process, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So all these are the things which I am doing to surrender. Okay, so the answer is for your question that both the situation are same. The difference is of the degree. So when we practice the first one, then gradually we are preparing ourselves to get into the second one. So by keep doing the first one, we become perfect, and second one is the perfectional stage. So first situation is also of surrender only, but second situation is the perfection of surrender. So nobody can, like for example, if I want to participate in Olympic, let's say in high jump, if I want to participate in the category of high jump in Olympics, so I start practicing and I start playing at first the school level, then at the college level, then at state level, interstate competition, then country level, and then finally make it to the Olympic. But when I was playing at the state level, or when I am playing at Olympiads, at both the places, my activity is the same. It is just that when I have actually made it for the Olympics, which means I have perfected those skills, and that is why I could qualify for the Olympics. Is that making sense?
Yes, Mataji.
So what we are doing now is practicing. Without practice, we will not on our own attain perfection. So like there is a saying that practice makes man perfect. Krishna tells Arjuna, Abhyas yona kaunteya. Abhyas means practice. So Abhyas yona kaunteya, or oh Arjun, keep practicing it with determination. So the first situation is a practice situation, and second situation is the perfection of what we were practicing.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Next question. You have some other question?
Yes, Mataji, one more
Okay,
question I have.
Yeah.
Mataji, I
Yes.
was like when I came ISKCON and I was visiting the temple, तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे paintings वगैरह है, तो उसमें से one picture with depicted कि श्रीला प्रभुपाद को कृष्ण भगवान ने दर्शन दिए थे while he was traveling in the ship. तो उसका कभी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जी ने कभी ऐसे बताया वो एक्सपीरियंस, या उन्होंने कभी शेयर किया कोई बुक में कि वो क्या था, कैसे उनको वो चीज हुआ? तो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो.
एक बुक है, द बुक नेम इज प्रभुपाद, and it is written by Satswarup Das Goswami. So it's the biography of Srila Prabhupada. So you can read, there is a detailed description of that particular incident also, that when he was traveling in cargo ship and how he got a heart attack. And in that heart attack situation, Prabhupada thought for once that probably this is the end of it. That's it. He would not make it to the US. He would die. And that was a time when he got that dream and he saw, it was not really a dream. It was a vision. Prabhupada could see actually that Lord Krishna is helping him because he was traveling in a cargo ship. It was not a passenger ship. And there was nobody to help him out when he got a heart attack. So he was all alone there in that particular section wherever he was traveling. And then he saw that how Krishna personally came and he is looking after Prabhupada and he is telling that you will be all right and you will do wonderful tasks. And after that, Prabhupada wrote a very beautiful song also, which is titled Markine Bhagavad. So after this session, probably I'll send you the link of that book. It's a very interesting book. And as we told you before also, that there is this serial Abhay Charan, which is available at the YouTube. So in that serial also, in one of the episodes, there is a depiction of this entire thing. I think 6th or 7th episode, where this whole pastime is depicted. So you can check out, it is very nice.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Yes, Santosh.
Mataji, I wanted to clear a few things. Tomorrow is Ekadashi. We should not water the Tulsi plant, right?
Dvadashi we should not water. Ekadashi we can.
Dwadasi in the case?
Dvadashi is the next day of Ekadashi.
Okay. The next day, okay, fine.
We don't water on the next day. That is Dvadashi day.
Okay, yes.
So because it is so much of, the summer's there. So probably what you can do is on Ekadashi evening, again, you can water so that she has enough water for the Dvadashi day.
Yeah, that's what Mataji, it gets dried up very soon.
Yeah. So water her tomorrow evening so that day after she can survive.
Yes, okay, Mataji.
Ruchika, for your point, Rajeshwari has mentioned that today there is a movie on Prabhupada telecaster in Hare Krishna TV. Rajeshwari, you can share the link with Ruchika later.
Yeah, okay, Mataji.
Yes, Deep. Deep, you have some more questions?
Yes, Mataji. So the next question is, when Dharmaraj came to material world because of the curse, so who was attending to his job? Because he is also he also has a job entitled by
devotees of the Lord also expand, like how devotees of the Lord also expand. Their expansions come. Like for example, Jai Vijay, they are the gatekeeper of Vaikuntha. So when Jai Vijay were cursed here, so do we understand that Vaikuntha was unattended?
I thought maybe somebody.
There was no guard at Vaikuntha? So no, so that is their eternal duty, and they are always guarding that. So the Supreme Lord's devotees also expand, like how we hear Krishna expanding. Similarly, the devotees also expand, and they parallelly participate in various pastimes.
Jai.
So though the Dharmaraj comes here, he is there also. He is doing his duties.
Okay. So next question is, since untimely death, be it anything, suicide or any other means in war or something like that, since the death is before the time, so the soul has to wait for the time period to get over. Now, regarding this is, I have also started reading Mahabharata, so the question came from there. So when Maharaj Pandu he left his body because of the curse. So first Kunti Devi was willing to do sati, and then Madri said that no, I will take the place. You please take care of the children. So in that case, Madri ended her life in before the 10 years. So what happens to something like that? To the soul.
That is not sati. Sati pratha is actually a bona fide scriptural procedure where the lady would have a choice to end her body, because the lady would know that she wants to live only till the time her husband is alive. So if somebody is following this specific ritual, so we don't equate it as suicide. So it is not suicide. In the case of sati, generally the soul goes along with the soul of the husband's soul.
To whichever loka the soul has gone, the husband's soul has gone.
Yeah, because of their attachment. Yes, because of their attachment for each other.
Okay.
So this is not a suicide. We don't equate it to suicide. It is a different category.
So now the next question is that Maharaj Pandu, when he was in the forest, he was very much bewildered because he was performing the Shraddha ceremony for his forefathers. And he was bewildered because after him, there will be nobody else to do the ceremony. So is it like it is very much required, the shraddha, or for devotees it is exceptional?
Ideally, it is nice if the Shraddha ceremony is performed. Unless there are some very specific reasons or people are not there to do, ideally it is good to follow the rituals. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself performed the Shraddha ceremony in Gaya for his father.
Okay.
But the Shraddha, what we perform as a devotee is we try to do with Krishna in the center.
Okay. So then the one last question, Mataji.
Yes.
This is also from Mahabharat, although in a much later chapter. But I have not gone to the chapter, but the thought just came to me that Gandhari was no devotee of the Lord. I don't know if she is Vaishnava, but I did not see her as devoted as Kunti Devi. So what was the need? Because Krishna does the exceptional things only for his pure devotees. So Krishna is not binded by any kind of curse or any kind of boon. But what was the need for Krishna to accept the curse that was given by Gandhari, and thus fulfill her curse? Like how our clan has been devastated, is completely destroyed, so your clan too will be destroyed.
So one thing, Gandhari was a very chaste lady. So she had this power of her chastity. And second thing is that Krishna does so many things for some external reason and some internal reason. So this was the external reason that Gandhari had cursed. But of course, Krishna is beyond all these curses. So this is not the reason why the whole clan was destroyed. But the clan was destroyed because the time had come for Krishna to leave. And if Krishna would have left, his associates on earth would have become almost immortal. I mean, they became actually almost immortal because they are all associates, personal associates of the Lord. So who could ever destroy them? But then they have to also go back. So what is the pretext? On what can they go back? So from that perspective, Krishna thought, okay, this is a good thing. And this way there'll be some teaching, some lessons to be taught for the time to come, that even if you are so close as all the Yadus were there for Krishna, and still you are not immortal. Still, if you do something wrong and you are punished for that wrongdoing. So to establish this basic religious principle, Krishna thought that it is a good chance that, okay, so he would be honoring Gandhari's words because she was a chaste lady, and simultaneously he would be teaching a lesson to all of us. So it is not exactly because of her curse that it happened, but it so happened because Krishna so desired to happen. Because otherwise, who can kill Krishna's family members?
Right.
So there is nobody as powerful as to kill Krishna's family members. So who can kill? Only the family members can kill each other. So that is how that whole Leela happens.
Okay, Mataji.
So next we have Preeti.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Just one small doubt. I
Hare
read in one
Krishna.
ISKCON website. I'm sorry. I read in one ISKCON website. It says that whoever feeds the cow with grass and water every day derives the benefit equivalent to performing Ashwamedha Yagna. There's nothing to doubt about this. Is that true, Mataji? No, is that true? That's
If you
my
have read
question.
on ISKCON website, then it is true.
Actually, it's in Mayapur website.
See, cows are very, very dear to Krishna. Krishna's pranam mantra itself is Go Brahmane Hitayecha. Go means cows. So he is the one who takes care of cows. That is how he gets one of the name Govinda. Govinda means a protector of the cows. Go also means senses. So master of cows and senses. So these cows are very, very dear to the Supreme Lord because cow is like our mother. So yes, taking care of cow is extremely, it gives extremely good spiritual credits to us. Also, like I have personally met with certain devotees. I mean, this is also there in the scriptures that you can actually talk to cows. And when we tell the cows about our problems, and then the problem miraculously gets sorted out. So if I have that much faith in the cow and I talk out my problems with the cow, I get the solution also. So of course, when I have been serving, not that I eat cow's meat and I go and talk when I have a problem, not for those people. But if I have faith in the cows, then cows are very, very merciful. Cows are like our mothers, and cows can actually help us in taking us to Krishna. Like we also read in this in the Krishna book. Now we are reading this Brahma Vimohan Leela. So we will read now, probably coming Sunday or the next following Sunday, this point would come up, that how Brahma, when he realizes that he has done such a grave mistake, then he takes shelter of mother cow. So he goes to Mother Surabhi. Surabhi is the cow's name from the heavenly planet. He goes to Surabhi and he requests Surabhi to please come and recommend sorry, not in Brahma Vimohan Leela. Indra goes. When we will read Govardhan Leela, yeah, Indra goes to Surabhi and then Indra brings Surabhi. So Indra will also do a lot of mischiefs. This whole Govardhan Leela happens because of Indra's troubles, what he creates. And then when Indra realizes his mistake, he feels that he needs somebody to recommend his case. So for that, he approaches Surabhi. And then he comes with Surabhi. So when Indra is coming, Krishna is not looking in his direction. And then Indra asks Surabhi to go in front. So when Krishna sees Surabhi, Krishna's heart melts. And then Surabhi starts talking. And then Surabhi recommends Krishna, please forgive Indra. And then Krishna forgives Indra. So like that. So cows are very, very auspicious.
Okay, Mataji. And one small question: when are you planning to open the temple, Mataji, for the
Yeah.
public? Because nearby all the temples
When
they are
I am
open.
planning, the government has to decide. So it's not me that when I decide. And our temple never closed. The temple is just closed for the public. The temple, all the puja, archana, kirtan, aarti, everything is going on. So we didn't close the temple, but it is closed for the public darshan.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Arun Prabhu, you have some question?
Hare Krishna Mataji. It is actually yesterday's
Krishna.
Krishna class I missed. So you were telling today morning about Aghasura, and Aghasura was a demon and Krishnji killed him. So you said like devotees are also get Krishna, like that very bad demons, something like that you told, which I was not clear. But it's not clear why should a bad person be blessed by Krishna?
The whole point is that blessing of Krishna comes based on his desire. So we cannot actually control Krishna. Krishna is our controller. So when Krishna decides to be merciful on somebody, Krishna gives the mercy. So in the case of Aghasur, what happened is Aghasur attained the form of a huge serpent. And he was lying on the road with his mouth wide open. So when the cowherd boys and Krishna came to that place and they saw that this huge cave-like thing is there, they thought that probably this is some cave to play. And they were wondering, they were discussing with each other that this cave was not there yesterday and from where it has appeared. So thinking that these young boys, these are just 4-5-year-old boys. So they became very excited. And then they, one after the other, they started entering in the mouth of Aghasura. So finally, everybody entered in the mouth of Aghasura. And Krishna started thinking, because Krishna knew that this was a snake demon and this is not a cave. So Krishna started thinking as how can he protect his friends, because the friends have gone inside. So because the friends are already inside, from outside it was difficult for Krishna to kill this demon, because if he would cut or shoot an arrow on this demon, so then what would happen is that these friends were already inside and they may also get killed. So that is why Krishna walks inside, and then Krishna starts expanding himself and he becomes so huge that this demon burst open. And then all these friends who were there and the calves who were there, they all, Krishna sets them free and he brings them out. So now the point is that because Krishna has personally touched the body of this demon, because Krishna entered inside this body, and because at the time of death, this demon was thinking of Krishna, though unfavorably, but still he was thinking of Krishna. So Krishna became so merciful. I mean, Krishna is so merciful that even though he had come to kill Krishna, yet Krishna gives him liberation. Why he gives liberation? Because he was still thinking of Krishna at the time of death. So as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that anta kale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram, at the time of death, whoever remembers me comes to me. So this demon was thinking of Krishna, and Krishna mercifully accepted this as, I mean, though he was not favorable, yet out of his boundless mercy, Krishna gives liberation to this demon. So when this point we discuss, then we also discuss that imagine a demon who comes to kill Krishna. If Krishna can be so merciful on him, then what would be the fate of the devotees who spend their entire life worshipping Krishna, serving Krishna, meditating on Krishna? So as we have discussed that there are 5 types of liberation. So what he got is not the highest type of liberation, but because Krishna is merciful, so he decided to give him liberation. So does that answer your question?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Thank you. So Deep has one more question.
Yes, Mataji. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we have our Panchatattva mantra, and we also have 6 Goswamis. But since we know that Swarup Damodar was the expansion of Mahaprabhu himself, but we do not have Swarup Damodar even in Panchatattva mantra or under 6 Goswamis, or I mean his name does not comes up very often. Why? I mean, why is it so?
His name comes up very often when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is a
Yes.
close associate of the Lord. But then there are so many associates of the Lord, and the Panch Tattva are the special 5 people who are chosen, who have come on a mission with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they were doing different type of things at different places. Swarup Damodar was basically serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, they are actually Lalita Sakhi and Vishakha Sakhi. So they are serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And their discussion comes up in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Okay, Mataji.
Great. So we have come to the end of today's session. So thank you all very much for taking out time, joining with us for this question answer session. I hope I was able to help you out with my limited knowledge, and looking forward to see all of you today evening at 6:30. Also, it is an open invitation, so you can invite anyone whom you want to for this class. So we would stop here. Santosh's hand is up. Anything, Santosh? You want to say something?
No, Mataji. I've lowered my hand.
Okay. Also, Santosh, Ruchika, Puneet, and anyone here who is Hindi speaking, I am planning to start a Hindi session also. So I was thinking once in a week, because I was getting a lot of inquiries. So once in a week. So I want you all to tell if you think that there are some people who would be interested in Hindi session, because I have got inquiry from 5-6 people. So you can later message me on my WhatsApp window that if you know somebody who would be interested for the Hindi classes. Thank
Yes,
you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes,
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you,
Thank you.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.